What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. Let's go to the big race of the weekend, the big race, at least Saturday, and really into Sunday as well. It is Kentucky Downs. They're front and center on Saturday. 6 stakes races, all of them worth either $2 million or $2.5 million. So pretty darn good there. We're going to talk about race 11 on the Saturday card. It is the Kentucky Turf Cup Invitational Stakes, grade 2 event, and a Breeders' Cup win, and you're in. All right, let's get to it. Breeders' Cup winning in for the turf, I should say. So let's get to it. It is a very good field. There's no doubt about it. I think it's a field that's going to be a lot of fun. I could see it going a lot of different ways, to be quite honest with you. A lot of these horses look very much the same. And boy, does that usually make for some interesting racing, especially here at Kentucky Downs. Let's start with the number 1, Divine Propos, a horse coming off of some lackluster, I don't know if that's the right word, just efforts where it's like ran okay, but you never really thought the horse could win at any point, is how I would kind of describe it. Certainly not bad. Certainly not a horse that I think is a bad horse or anything like that. I just don't know if it's a win candidate in this situation. I think it's more he's a horse that can hit the board, and maybe at a big price. We'll kind of keep an eye on horses as we go along here that have made a start at Kentucky Downs as well. That's obviously very important. This one has not, and like I said, a lot of fourth, seconds, kind of well beaten, but maybe around a little bit, but beaten 3, beaten 2 here and there, in races a little bit lower graded than this one. Really not one for me. The number 2 is El Razine. Again, we'll keep a close eye on Kentucky Downs starts. This horse has 0 Kentucky Downs starts as well. The races 2, 3, and 4 back weren't too bad. A grade 3 at Belmont at the Big A, got third, beaten 3/4 of a length. Then came back this year off of a long layoff. That was October of 24. That race, 3 races back, but then 4 races back, but 3 races back. Came back in April, finished 3rd or 2nd, beating 3 lengths and an allowance at Keeneland. Went up to Saratoga, 2nd, beaten 3 lengths in the Bowling Green and behind Far Bridge. Last time I didn't run very well, though, at Saratoga, big grade 1 event, the Sword Dancer, 5th, beaten 7. Not really for me either in this spot. I know the form is decent, but I don't know. I just no starts at Kentucky Downs. I'm a little skeptical of this horse. The number 3 is Tawny Port. This is a horse I think Kentucky Downs is kind of gives this one a little bit of a chance. 2 starts here, 1 second, 1 third. Oddly enough, this horse ran on August 30th, so it's a week turnaround. I don't know. Maybe the horse won't run here, but ran last time out, like I said, August 30th right here at Kentucky Downs. Got 2nd, beaten 5.5. Got beat by Flat in the Curve, a horse that was very impressive. Really took to the conditions at Kentucky Downs. 2 races back, 5th in the United Nations at Monmouth. Ran 7th in a grade 3 at Saratoga. But that was, over a sloppy track, is off the turf. So that's kind of I don't worry about that as much, but some of these races they haven't been very good really. But look, I do think this is a horse that, you look at last year, ran in this race, got 3rd, beating a length and a half. So again, I do think Kentucky Downs kind of the equalizer, so to speak. So we'll just kind of see how it goes with Tawny Port here. I still think a board hitter more than a win candidate. That's just kind of how I look at it with the 3. Tawny Port, yes, has had some nice races at Kentucky Downs, but didn't win those either. All right, the number 4 is Vote No. And again, 2 starts at Kentucky Downs, does have 1 win, 1 off the board finish as well. That off the board finish came last year in a 6.5 furlong race. And that's just not, that's not the style of this horse. So not real worried about that, for this horse. But look, just kind of in the lower level races at Indiana or Horseshoe Indianapolis, won an allowance, won an ungraded stakes at Delaware, but went to United Nations, got 4th, beaten 2.5. Went to, the Sword Dancer at Saratoga, got beat pretty easily. So it's not for me either. Does have a win here. I do think that's important, but there are some other horses that have had wins here as well. The number 5, Mercante, has not had a win here, but has had some nice wins in the state of Kentucky. Won a grade 3 event at Turfway Park 4 races back, 3 races back, was second, only beaten 3/4 of a length in a nice race there at Churchill Downs on Kentucky Derby Day. 2 races back, was able to get the job done at Churchill Downs in a grade 3. Ran in the preview race at Ellis last time out, 4th, beating a length in 3/4. This is a nice horse. We just really don't know how he's going to take to the surface here at Kentucky Downs. Pretty good form, though. I wouldn't talk anybody off this horse. It depends on the price. We'll see what happens here. But yeah, I think he makes sense here. If he takes to the surface, he could be tough. The number 6 is Grand Sonata. 2 starts here at Kentucky Downs, 1 win and 1 second. So that is the good news. More good news for Grand Sonata. Winner here last year at this distance, at this race, was able to get the job done. Bad news, has not won since that victory. So won, like I said, here last year on September 7th. Breeders Cup 11th. Yeah, that's okay. Fort Lauderdale 4th down at Gulfstream Park. The Pegasus World Cup Turf 8th. The Mac Diarmida 2nd, beaten ahead in a race, probably should have won, got beat by a long shot that day. The Elkhorn 6th. Saratoga off the turf, Belmont Gold Cup, don't care about that. Finished 8th, but that doesn't really matter. After that race, has kind of woke up, though. 2nd in the United Nations, beaten a length and a half, beaten by Redistricting, a horse I really like. And then last time out, 2nd in the Arlington Million, beaten a half length to Fort Washington, a horse that's in this race. So pretty good recent form, and won this race last year. I think he's rounding in with a good shot. I would keep an eye on him. The number 7 is Utah Beach. This is a horse that has 1 second place effort here at Kentucky Downs from 1 start. So just 1 start here, and it was a 2nd place effort. So those are kind of some good news. Had pretty decent form. Won a race at Keeneland, grade 2 event, and then won, which was the Elkhorn, and then won the grade 3 Louisville at Churchill Downs. That was 4 and 3 races back. Last 2 races haven't been good. 7th at Churchill Downs in the Charlotte Wood, and then 4th, beaten 6.5 in the Sword Dancer. I'm a little bit worried about the recent form with this one. Pretty nice horse overall. I don't know. I just couldn't quite get there with this horse in this spot. This one's pretty interesting. Love the name here. The number 8, Old Crazy Bone. Hilarious name. Really was kind of just an allowance runner at lower levels, maybe a stakes runner at lower levels as well. Got claimed last time out by Mike Maker after this horse ran 2nd in a $100,000 optional claimer. So they spent the money. Moved right up to the Kentucky Downs Preview Turf Cup last time out. 2nd, only beaten ahead in that spot. Ran very well first time out for Maker. Maker does very well with horses going long on the turf. Flavian Pratt gets aboard here. No races at Kentucky Downs, but I thought this was interesting. Maker off the claim with horses going long on the turf. Going to be tough. If you're looking for a long shot, I think that one makes a lot of sense. Let's go to the number 9, Anglophile next. Another horse, in my opinion, that makes a little bit of sense. 2 races here at Kentucky Downs Lifetime, does have 1 victory. So, again, when you start with this, race and with this race course, that's kind of what you want to look at first. Did get 5th last year, though. Lost to Grand Sonata, Highway Robber, Tawny Port in this race. Hasn't won in a long time. Really has trouble winning overall. Only 3 wins out of 23 starts. I think he's a board hitter in this spot. 3 races back, was 2nd in the Man of War. Last time out was 3rd in the Kentucky Downs Preview Cup there at Ellis. Board hitter for me, maybe. Not really a serious win contender. This one I think is a serious win contender because I do like his dynamics as far as his running style. He goes right to the front. That's the number 10, Corruption. Last time out, took an allowance field gate to wire, 3-length victory there. 2 races back, was 4th, beaten 4 3/4 in the Manhattan. Got beat by Deterministic Integration, Far Bridge. 3 pretty good horses there. In a big price that day as well. 18, 19 to 1. 3 races back, was able to win an allowance at Churchill gate to wire. So this horse likes to get out to the lead. Speed's been very, very good. You look at the race 4 back at Gulfstream Park. This horse just got beat a neck by Far Bridge in a very good race. So a lot of good, things to say about these horses here, or about this horse here and the horses that he's been facing. No starts at Kentucky Downs. That's a little worrisome. But I do like the number 10, Corruption. I think he's going to be tough to catch on the front end. Finally, we will go to the number 11, Fort Washington. 2 starts here at Kentucky Downs, 1 second place effort, 1 off the board effort, but has been around and is in great form. Winner of 3 of the last 4 starts. won a grade 3 there at Gulfstream, then won the dinner party at Pimlico. It's a race right before the Preakness. 4th in the Wise Dan at Churchill, but ran pretty well, only beat a length and 3/4. And then last time out, won the Arlington Million by a half length at Colonial. All right. That is the field of 10, a great race. I've been going back and forth on this one. The morning lines just came out as I was talking about them, by the way. They're not up on the screen. So I will say the favorite is Fort Washington. I didn't really want to take him at, a fairly short price. He's 9-2. So I'm sorry. Grand Sonata is the favorite, 4-1. Fort Washington 9-2. 2 horses I didn't want to take at short prices. I just kept looking at the trip that I think the number 10 Corruption is going to get. And I thought, you know what, if he can get out in front, he's got Jose Ortiz aboard. He's riding well here. I like Corruption in this spot. So I'm going to go number 10 Corruption. He's 6-1 on the morning line. I think we'll get every bit of that. I think he's going to take him gate to wire. So for this year's version of the Kentucky, if I could talk, the Kentucky Turf Cup, I am taking the number 10 Corruption. All right, guys, that'll do it for this preview. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. Want to get alert anytime we do videos like this. And most importantly, good luck if you are playing this ever difficult but ever fun Kentucky Downs card.